Hi, my name is Tiana Rideout Rosales, and I'm the Community Health Programs Coordinator at Beach Cities Health District. As part of our mental health and happiness initiative, focused on building social connection, supporting stress resilience, and helping people feel happier and healthier, I would like to present to you our gratitude workshop. The title of this session is Maximize Gratitude. Express appreciation, and savor kindness. It's going to include background information about the research that I've done supporting the many benefits of gratitude. Then we'll go through 5 practices supporting gratitude, and I'll talk about some resources available from Beach Cities Health District as well. We'll close with some mindfulness. Let's go ahead and get started. This is our Maximize Gratitude workshop. Express appreciation and savor kindness. The learning objectives are to understand how gratitude benefits well-being, deepen relationships by expressing gratitude, build a practice, and enrich daily life with acts of kindness. All of the information that I'll be sharing is based on research that I've done, and I've presented it to you in a way that I hope provides better understanding. It may reinforce what you already know, and you may learn something new to put into practice, but I hope you find it beneficial. Please know that there are resources available and additional handouts as well on our website at bchd.org/series. There you'll find more information about our mental health and happiness series. So the 4 keys to gratitude. Cultivating gratitude supports health and happiness. Much research supports how gratitude is really beneficial to our physical, mental, psychological health, and in turn supports our happiness. In positive psychology, we found that gratitude supports flourishing. Flourishing is not just surviving, but truly thriving. And there are some keys to well-being that include searching for greater meaning, savoring positive emotions, feeling more engaged in what we're doing. And gratitude can help us with that, and therefore increases our flourishing. We can maximize gratitude by savoring positive experiences. Neuroplasticity is essentially the opportunity to build new pathways in your brain. So when you have an experience, if you savor the positives, really enrich it and absorb it, you're creating new pathways in your brain thanks to this gratitude. And so when new situations arise, you'll have an express route to having that attitude of gratitude and being able to move forward. Express gratitude with kindness. I would say having the gratitude is only half of it. We really need to express and share our appreciation. And it is through being kind that we can do that as well. So we'll talk more about this kindness later on. What are the benefits of practicing gratitude? I looked at the research of Robert Emmons, who is, I would say, a very credible source when it comes to gratitude research. And there were many benefits that I'd like to share with you. When it comes to body, gratitude actually supports a stronger immune system, improved sleep, exercising more, fewer medical appointments, and that's just to name a few. For your mind, gratitude inspires more joy, optimism, happiness, self-esteem, life satisfaction, and less feelings of loneliness, isolation, depression, decreased negative feelings such as envy, resentment, frustration, and regret. And very important, more progress toward important personal goals. In our minds, it's important for us to feel that we're making progress, and gratitude helps us do that. When it comes to community, gratitude is very social. It really connects us. And so the benefits are stronger relationships and exhibiting more generous behavior. You exhibit an attitude of gratitude toward other people, and it deepens relationships with loved ones, as well as supporting optimism, self confidence, and really knowing that others are there for us. These range of benefits really show us that by practicing gratitude, we can support our resilience, our health, and ultimately our happiness. The definition of gratitude that I'm working from is that gratitude is the quality of being thankful. It is a readiness to show appreciation and to return kindness. Attitude of gratitude is a choice. We have options when we look at different scenarios in our lives and have different experiences. We can be pessimistic and see the negatives in what's happening. Oftentimes, our inner critic takes over the narrative here, and we see things as being for the worst. There's also the opportunity to have a grateful attitude. And this attitude of gratitude is very much in when one door closes, another opens. So even though you may have an experience that's not ideal, it is an opportunity for you to think about a lesson learned, what could be done differently next time. It is not over and done with. There is opportunity here. An optimistic attitude is simply staying focused on the positive, which is great in itself, but you may miss opportunities to learn and to grow. So an optimistic attitude would be, oh, it didn't work this time, it'll be perfect next time. But where's the opportunity for growth there? And maybe we're setting too high of expectation with that. So I would like to encourage you to have an attitude of gratitude. See these as opportunities to learn, to grow, to connect, and to continue practicing. This is a skill. Gratitude can be developed. I'm going to walk us through 5 practices. You're going to need a sheet of paper, maybe a couple, depending on how much you'd like to write. And we're going to go through these 5 exercises that can help support your well-being and your gratitude. The first is to set a wellness goal. And let's be specific here. We want to make this SMART. So make it a reasonable action. We don't need to move mountains here. This isn't our goal to change the world. This is a simple action that we can take that will support our wellness. So you're going to say what the action or the practice is, if it applies, how often you're going to do this, and when you're going to start to do this by, or when you'd like to finish by. And by providing these specific details, you're setting yourself up to have a greater sense of accomplishment and progress. So let's build in support as well. Go ahead and select an accountability buddy, someone that you can check in with about your progress toward this goal. On days when you're feeling not so grateful, not so optimistic, this would be somebody who would provide some encouragement for you. And once you've got your wellness goal written down, make a commitment to yourself to go ahead and share that with your accountability buddy. If it just so happens that you don't have an accountability buddy yet, maybe there's a goal to find one. We're all here supporting one another at this time, and it simply starts with reaching out and letting someone know that you would love their support. Our next practice is to create a gratitude list. Very often, we simply list maybe a name or a place, something very simple here. But what I'd like to encourage you to do is add some detail so that as you're writing this and once you read it back over, you'll be able to find out and rediscover how you were really feeling, how this gratitude made you feel. As we savor and enrich and absorb these experiences, the details matter. There's a lot happening. Things are changing every day. And we may not remember all the many facets of why we were grateful for this certain person at this certain time in our lives. So add in that detail so that you can really remember and recall those good feelings that you had. I hope on your gratitude list you have at least two, maybe three, maybe five, maybe you need another sheet of paper. But as you're writing this gratitude list, also notice how it makes you feel. This simple act of writing, research has found, is very beneficial in supporting our resilience and our well being. When we focus on writing what we're grateful for, it speaks volumes to where we are in our life, those people that we have supporting us. And building into your routine, writing a gratitude list is beneficial too. I saw some research stating that having a weekly time to write a gratitude list is hugely beneficial for our well-being. So if you don't have a routine have this in your routine yet, go ahead and add it in. If you're doing this every day and that's working well for you, no need to cut back to once a week. Keep it up. But do what works for you. Keep it as part of your routine. Our next practice are thank you notes. With our thank you notes, we're going to be taking time to acknowledge someone and be really descriptive with what are the details of what we appreciate and include how it made you feel. Maybe your thank you note is going to be to someone you know and care for deeply. And you're finally taking the time to express to them what they do, what you appreciate about them, and how it makes you feel. It could be highlighting a value that they live. It could be acknowledging action that they've taken in your life and they are modeling behavior that you really value. It could be simple words of encouragement, being there for someone when they were there for you. The more detail we add, it benefits you as the writer and it benefits the recipient as well. We want to make this vivid for them so that they can savor it as a positive experience too. And maybe you choose to write your thank you note to someone that you don't know or don't know yet. Maybe you'll meet them in this way. Again, reflecting on what you appreciate about them and how this makes you feel. And now for some, this may be easy, this may be hard, but consider writing a thank you note to yourself. What do you appreciate about yourself? And really take time to reflect about that. It could be something simple. It could be something huge. It could be in the day-to-day routine that you never really paused to take time to acknowledge before. But there's a great comfort in knowing that and acknowledging that in yourself. Our next practice is about being kind. And before we move into the key point of the exercise, I'd love for you to take a moment to consider what are the expressions of kindness that you appreciate? There are so many ways that we connect with others. We notice acts of kindness. We encourage others to be kind. Maybe we extend kindness to others. But this is a chance for you to think about the kindness that you appreciate, that you're receiving. Maybe it's through connection, or maybe it's through having some space, being given some space. Maybe it's through physical objects like flowers or a home cooked meal. Maybe it's the gift of time and being able to have a conversation with someone about the meaning of life, or simply being and talking about nothing. Just make a few notes about the expressions of kindness that you appreciate, and then also add in, how does receiving this kindness make you feel? Calm, energized, comforted, connected, happy? How does it help you feel? As we receive kindness, it helps to inform the ways we could also extend kindness. And it opens our mind to observing more kindness. Even observing this helps our well being too. So seek out those opportunities. Notice all the kindness that is happening around us. And for our practice, I call it Be Kind, Rewind. So if you could start your day over again, what's one random act of kindness that you would do? Maybe there's someone you have in mind that you'd like to benefit with this kindness. Or maybe it's just a certain action that you would take that may have ripple effects of kindness for people you don't even know. And now consider how this will benefit the recipient of your kindness. Will it make them happy? Will it make a moment easier? What will that benefit be? And now make a commitment. How will this shape your actions tomorrow? Go ahead and write down what it is you're going to do, why you're doing it, and when you're going to do it. The fifth practice I'd like to share with you is my Zen Zone. We're spending a lot of time at home, so I think it's important to create a space that will foster well-being. There are many different objects that you could consider including in your Zen Zone, but know that this is a space just for you. You may not be able to have dedicated space like this with a nice comfy chair, a plant. It might just be something in your space on the wall, something small, or even something in your pocket that serves as a nice reminder of your well-being and the importance of taking care of yourself and others. So here's some suggestions of what you could have in your Zen Zone. A reminder of what you're grateful for. This could come in the form of a photograph, an object, maybe a note that you received from someone, maybe a reminder card like this that says, "Show gratitude." Simply remembering to be grateful. You could also consider all of the different senses. Maybe you're going to put something in your Zen Zone that smells really good, or that tastes good, feels good, looks good. Put colors in your space that are pleasing to the eye. Maybe it's from a plant or a photograph. Maybe there's a place that you really love to be, and it just helps you feel calm. As we build this Zen Zone, hopefully it's somewhere that you can practice mindfulness, which is all about noticing, simply tuning into what we're feeling, giving ourselves that little bit of space to breathe. There may also be objects that you want to put in your space. For example, I have this clay heart that says wisdom, or I have this that says love. Maybe there's a token that you would like to have, and when you hold it, it simply helps you feel more ease and reminds you of what you're grateful for. I'd also like to encourage you to put some writing supplies in your space as well. So maybe it's a pack of pens and a journal that you've been meaning to write in but haven't had a chance to yet, or stationery so that you can write letters to people you appreciate. And go ahead, get the envelopes and the stamps, have your addresses handy. Maybe after spending 5 minutes writing in your Zen Zone, you could just pop it in the mail and know that it's going to make it to that person. We need to create space for ourselves to feel good. It may not be this zen and serene all the time, but at least we know that there is a place, a reminder, where we can feel grateful, we can express our appreciation, we can ponder our acts of kindness. And that's the place where we can go anytime to feel a bit better and shift into our attitude of gratitude. I'd love to share some resources with you as well. Beach City's Health District is dedicated to making sure that people have the support and resources that they need. So I'd like to share with you our assistance information and referral line, which is 310-374-3426, extension 256. My colleagues answer this line 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you have questions about resources, if you're looking for health-related information, this is a great way to connect and provide that support that you need. Often an online search can be somewhat overwhelming, so if you want to start online, I would recommend going to bchd.org/resources. This is going to be a nice chance for you to explore many different categories and topics, different places that may offer good support. In addition to this resource, on our website at bchd.org/coronavirus, you'll find a downloadable kindness card. This is something that you can print out and leave for a neighbor, someone you care about. You're going to list your name, your contact information, and you can check the boxes of things that you would like to do. Maybe it's offering to take in the trash cans, take the dog for a walk, or just be on the other end of the phone for a conversation if that's what people are looking for too. We have a video on our website that talks about neighbors helping neighbors, how to make this safe and practicing social distancing. So I'd recommend that you check that out before actually going to do this, because we want to make sure first and foremost that everybody stays healthy and safe. So let's take a moment. We've covered quite a bit of information, and I think now more than ever, we need to take time to consider compassion and share compassion. We may be faced with circumstances where we don't always have the opportunity to act or the opportunity to extend kindness, and we may not be feeling grateful yet. But it is through this type of mindfulness practice that I'm going to share with you now that we can help to foster these feelings of compassion, helping others. It shifts us from that feeling of pain to that feeling of reward and helping other people. So find a comfortable position where you can be for about 2 minutes, relaxed and alert. Go ahead, close your eyes and focus in on your breathing. And with your next in-breath, gently hold at the top. Feel your lungs and belly filling with air. And now gently releasing. Let all of the air out, and along with it, tension you may be feeling in your jaw and your shoulders and your belly. Just let it out. There are many opportunities in our lives to show compassion. Simply breathing is showing compassion for yourself. It's automatic. As we practice gratitude, we may come across circumstances where we're not able to act, and we may not be feeling grateful yet. But we can always wish people well. We have a common humanity. We have an intention to be kind. And on your next in-breath, bring to mind our community. However you define our community. And we're going to feel well wishes and send well wishes to our community. Repeating silently to yourself, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live at ease. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be safe. May we live at ease. And when you're ready, gently letting the light in, opening your eyes. Thank you for doing that practice for our community. In closing, I would like to share how to stay in touch with Beach City's Health District. We're on social media. You can find us at Beach Cities Health. On our YouTube channel, we have a range of resources focused on physical and mental health. You can find everything from tips for sewing masks to Zumba workouts. You can also find recorded mindfulness practices as well if you'd like more guidance there. My name is Tiana Rideout Rosales, and I'm more than happy to be a support for you at this time. I would love to hear what you thought of this workshop, if it sparks ideas, inspiration, or if you have suggestions for how to make it better. I'm open to your feedback. You can email me tiana.rideout@bchd.org. And another opportunity is our happiness chat. We've started happiness chat groups that are simply intended to bring people together to have lighthearted conversation. For the current times when this is offered, please visit our website, and here you'll also find more information about the series workshops that we have, including empathy, bravery, and purpose. That's at bchd.org/series. And now, I hope you'll take a moment to acknowledge yourself for taking the time to do these practices. Gratitude is a skill. We can keep working at it. And I hope that you acknowledge the progress you're making and that you will share your note of thanks You'll continue to have at least a weekly time to write your gratitude list. You'll build your personal Zen zone and keep these objects and places in mind to support your well-being. And most importantly, let's be kind. We can be kind in how we conduct ourselves, how we connect with others, and we lead by example. Be kind to your body, your mind, and your community. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope to see you again soon.